All right, friends, we're back with another video on JasonBlaha, man. It's Timon. We're going to do another reaction video to the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness gear slave, because he just popped this up as I was uploading a video I just done on him like 11 seconds ago. All right, we're going to react to this slave, gym slave, bro. Blaha says lower body training is most important for health and fitness. Yeah, okay. I'd say it is death by legs, right?
Lower body training is the most important for your health and fitness. Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here, and I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about
for your health and fitness. No, it's does it promote health? I don't know. Fitness. What is fit? What is making you fit? Yeah, okay.
Today, but a quick reminder, if you guys would please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you aren't following me or subscribed, please do so. And if you would be so...
Let's see, what does this cause? Inflammation, right? It causes inflammation in your body, this excessive so-called exercise that he does with these weights. And that translates to higher cortisol levels and stress. It's obviously going to accelerate aging. And I don't know, whatever. There's hypoxia, oxidative damage, stress there, hypoxia, whatever, oxidation, man. It's going to rust you from inside out, bro. Yeah, but it's really healthy for you, man. It's going to make you fit. Okay.
Mind as to drop a comment under my video with your thoughts or just to say hello. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, let's get over into this topic. For some reason, you get a lot of guys who don't want to train their legs. Women,
it's funny. I never, in my videos, I never say, wow, doing these exercises are really healthy for you. You know what I mean? Like the fitness, that's why they call it fitness industry, fitness. It's going to make you fit. It's going to make you better at doing these movements, which you don't really need to do unless of course, I don't know, man. Maybe you're a professional at doing these things. But other than that, I wouldn't do them if you weren't. But anyway, whatever. Of course, some people do things for fun or for whatever reason they're doing it. But yeah, it's not going to extend your lifespan. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy. It's actually the opposite. Blaha's wrong, man, but whatever.
Rarely a problem. A lot of times convincing them to train their upper body. But for men, a lot of times they don't want to do it. And it's because they're like, well, you know, I walk, that's enough for my leg.
So men don't want to do their legs. You mean they don't want to, that's bullshit, man. People do their legs all the time. But Blaha, he doesn't want to do eccentric. He wants to do concentric, so he's not really working his legs. He's just wasting his time. But whatever, I don't know. Yeah, people like to walk. What's wrong with that? They don't want to lift weights.
No BS, it's not. Absolutely not. Not. You know, they're like, well, also you can't see it in the mirror, my legs. Yeah, you can, and everybody notices when you don't train legs, bro. Just stop. But let's talk about the fitness and the health.
Blaha trains his legs and his body. Look at him. It looks terrible. When he walks around, he has to wear a shirt that says deadlift on it because nobody knows he deadlifts. See what I mean? They don't even know he lifts weights. It's funny. He probably tells people, hey, I lift weights. And they're like, you lift weights? Why, you don't look like it. No wonder why you're wearing that shirt that says deadlift on it. Okay.
And some of this should be just glaringly obvious. All right, I obviously think you should train everything. I think you should train everything from your biceps to your hamstrings, okay?
Look, if you're asking me personally, I think if you do go to a gym, you should train eccentrically, not waste your time. You can lift heavier in the eccentric. It takes less work, especially in the overload, supramaximal overload eccentric. You don't have to do so much of it, and your workout will be a lot quicker, and you don't have to come in often to the gym to see the strength gains or the muscle gains. You understand me? You can take a whole week off and come back the following week, and you're going to get bigger and stronger all the time. You're going to build more myofibrilars. Your nervous system strength is going to go up. Your muscular strength is going to go up. Everything's going to go up, dude.
I'm a strength coach. This is what I do. However, when it comes to the most health benefits per set to set or hour spent in the gym, your lower body training is going to contribute significantly.
There are no health benefits lifting. He's wrong. There are absolutely no health benefits from lifting weights. You understand me, man? Everything that people are suffering from is because genetic diversity, they're fucked. There's mutations, a bunch of things. And slave food diet, because you're eating the slave food diet. Get it, bro? And you're not hunting like you would naturally do in nature. There's many things that you're not doing that you would do in nature. You would be enjoying yourself, swimming in a river or lake or something, being on the beach, walking, hunting, doing specific things, feeding yourself. These are unnatural things you're doing here, lifting man-made weights in a garage. These are unnatural, dude.
Significantly more to your health and fitness than your upper body training will, and this is just a simple reality, and it's for a number of reasons. Because again, muscle mass is protective. Okay, muscle mass itself improves glucose control. Muscle mass
protects muscle from building any more muscle. Did you know that? Yeah.
Improves insulin sensitivity. Muscle mass is cardioprotective. Muscle mass is protective against cancer. The latter's a big deal. So every pound of muscle that you can...
Yeah, what's giving you the cancer and all these things? The slave food diet, bro, get it? That's what's giving you all these problems. And because of our low diversity, gene diversity, the pool, because of, that also can contribute to a lot of problems that humans are suffering from today. Get it, man? See what I mean? So the natural food you eat is not going to give you any of these diseases or make you sick or fuck you up eating animal products. Now, if that animal is domesticated and you're feeding it, you're giving it shots and feeding it unnatural food, and you eat that animal, then yeah, it can have consequences on you for sure.
Add to your body, the more defense your body has against cancer.
No, think about it. If COVID spread in one area and then it spread to all the countries in the world. The previous COVID outbreak was around, I can't remember, 2003 or something like that. 2003, right? Was the last one. I don't remember, man. Or was it 2008? Oh, fuck, I can't remember. It was somewhere back then, okay, in the millennium. SARS breakout, SARS. That was a COVID breakout. Then there was another breakout a couple of years ago, COVID breakout. So it ended up in costing a lot, and it ended up in every country in the world. Every country, they could find this so-called COVID, bro. Get it? Because that's how weak we are. Our immune systems are weak. You understand me? Because of the gene pool, we're not very strong. Blaha is going to make you believe, he's going to say, yeah, but you come from warriors. Yeah, but those warriors, that's what's left over because they're all dead. There's just a bottleneck there. 10% survived. The gene pool is shit.
Actually scales. It actually scales. And this is not opinion, this is not conjecture, this is what pretty good research and data is showing at this point. And this is before we get into sarcopenia and all this stuff for longevity, bone density. All right, so the thing...
Oh, sarcopenia. Why are you getting sarcopenia? Why? Why are you getting sarcopenia? Because, I don't know, specific things you're not doing.
To think about it, so people are like, well, why does the legs matter? Because there's way more muscle in your legs than your upper body. And it's not even close. Like a lot of people are like, no, look at the size of your torso. That's bone and organs. That's not muscle.
What do you guys think Blaha is going to look like in 10 years from now? If he already looks this bad, what do you think he's going to look like in another 10 years?
Okay? Like if you were to take right now, and they were to scan me or had an autopsy or whatever, I can promise you the muscle mass in my lower body, in spite of the size of my torso, is double what's in my upper body. I promise you it's twice as much if it were to be weighed out and measured. Of course, I've had DEXA scans showing this too, and that's pretty normal. Like, that's normal, guys. That's perfect balance. Like, before you started lifting, that was the case. So any of you guys, before you started training, if you were to go check it, and this is done from cadavers, the total muscle in your glutes, quads, hamstring, calves, and everything is at least twice what you have in the entire upper half of your body. And so once you start working out, that continues to scale also. So if we're looking at the health benefits of saying, hey, muscle is protective in all these areas, see where we're going with this? Then obviously the lower body is more important, because you're going to...
Well, muscle burns energy. It burns whatever comes in. It's burning through your muscle. Okay. Whatever.
have more muscle. Muscle that's twice as many muscle fibers available is going to get twice as big. Okay? Makes sense? Because your muscles it's not going to be, well, it started bigger, so therefore it's not going to go. No, it's not how it works. If it's muscle fibers, you have twice as many muscle fibers in your lower body as your upper, like, available. So it's the case of it makes up like 60 to 70% of the muscle in your body is going to be your lower body. Your upper body contributes a lot less to this whole equation. And your biceps contribute virtually nothing. They're like 1%, 2% of the muscle of your whole body, even if you train them religiously.
Okay.
Right? They really don't equal that much in terms of the grand scheme of things. But you know what? If every pound matters, if you can add a pound of muscle to your biceps, that's still protective. You know, it's still protective. That's a lot of muscle to add to your biceps, though. That's a lot. You have pretty big arms. But that being said, you guys get the idea here. So we're looking at all these benefits. Well, it's just going to be more total muscle. Way more muscle. Well, this matters a lot. All right, now here's where it gets more important. How about the activity of the muscle? So what about the energy and fuel and the glucose and all this stuff that you burn walking around? What muscles do you think are burning that? Your lower body. So when it comes, so we're talking base metabolic rate, base glucose disposal, all these things, sure. Just resting, the legs are still it's going to scale evenly in terms of how much they burn per pound, right? So you're still going to get more out of the lower body. But when you start walking around, which muscles are actually burning through the energy? Well, the legs then take...
Man, you're burning energy all the time. Your muscles are burning energy all the time, all day. Even when you're sleeping. They're burning energy. You get up, you brush your teeth, take a shower, you eat, you walk, you work. Whatever you're doing, feeding yourself, well, it's crazy, man.
A higher priority. Yeah, I mean, you can swing your arms and stuff. You can have a little bit of swing to your gait, and that's all good. Yeah.
Dude, you know, sports gives me much more pleasure than lifting weights. I don't find lifting pleasurable at all whatsoever. If anything, I hate lifting weights more now than I ever did before. Like, I didn't mind it when I was younger, but as an older person, the older I get, the more I hate it. You understand me? I know the benefits of eccentric exercise. That's the reason why I do it. But I hate it. I prefer to play sports. Bro, I honestly prefer to play sports. Now, I just try to go a quicker route to build some muscle, and then I go away from the gym. I don't go there for long periods of time. I just want to build some muscle and run away. See what I mean? But yeah, if I really want to build a lot more muscle, then I go for the long haul. I go for a long haul the entire year. Hell, I don't ever remember working out for an entire year. Never in my life have I ever really worked out for an entire year straight? I don't think so. Fuck. But yeah, because I just take so much time off in between. It's never a straight year. But like I said, if I was like, you know, put in like I don't know, whatever straight year, just like build as much muscle as I can in that 1 year, and then just get lost from there. Get it? I never come back. I don't know. Is it easier? Is it more difficult to maintain as you're older muscle? Yeah. Is it difficult to build? Definitely. It's difficult. There's a little bit more difficulty when you're older, a little bit. And yeah, I don't know. As far as maintaining the myofibrillar growth, if you build that, yeah, I don't know. It depends, right? Really, it depends. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The older you get, you're losing muscle, they say. I don't know. You're losing muscle mass. You're not losing the original muscle fibers you have.
I mean, that helps, sure. But the legs, those quads, your calves,
Yeah.
that's really what's going to determine how much energy you're burning through. So again, we're talking about burning calories, energy turnover, all these things that we
I'm not burning calories or whatever the fuck he's talking about, bro. I'm eating a high nutrient diet. So I don't need to worry about burning anything. I'm not eating drugs all day. Dude.
need to be metabolically healthy, the legs contribute even more. So then the amount that they're burning is a
Man, if you're standing up a lot and walking, you don't need to worry about your legs and eating a high nutrient diet. You never have to worry about those things because they'll never affect you.
higher percentage when you're up being active. So this is really making the case for it. Really making the case for it. All right, then what about when it comes to physical activity? What about athleticism?
Yeah.
What do you think contributes more to your ability to play sports or do movements or anything really super functional? Your lower body.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. These sarcomere in series, that's what they're going to do. They give you a longer range of motion and it gives you strength velocity. That's what it does. So, but lifting the way Blaha does, it shortens them. Get it? And so there's a loss there. And it's not athletic at all whatsoever. This doesn't add to your athleticism. It doesn't make you athletically inclined. It's kind of obvious. That's why a lot of college students and people, you see them on YouTube, they do a lot of eccentric exercise, especially when they're trying to get their vertical jump. When they try to get a higher vertical jump, they do a lot of eccentric exercise. Why? Because they're trying to build sarcomere and series, bro. Get it? They give you a much more, there's more strength velocity, gives you a higher impact when it comes to that. Jumping and, throwing basketballs and hoops and shit. Vertical jump.
Hip extension, knee extension, all that's going to matter a ton in any sport you play, unless it's a really upper dominant one. Okay, maybe boxing, right? Don't tell me throwing a javelin or something though, or shot put, because there's a ton of hip extension and everything involved in those enormous amounts. But isn't there that for boxing and stuff too? But setting those aside, look at every other sport. Your leg strength, your leg.
Yeah, sarcomere in series. If you grow them, they're amazing for boxing. Wow. Makes you lightning fast. Strength velocity is just super strong. You can produce a lot of force. Kinetic energy.
It's going to matter the most. So for all these other fitness related activities, your legs are going to matter more. So I'm not telling you to skip the upper body. I don't think we should. I think we should train everything evenly, personally. But don't skip your legs, because it's going to contribute the most to these things. And then what about stuff like osteoporosis, bone density? Yeah, the big structural exercises that really load the body, that load your hips, right? That loads your back, that loads your femurs. This is the stuff that's going to give you the bone density that's going to keep you alive. Because the thing that you have to remember, people talk about hip fractures. You need to understand this is well understood in the research.
Yeah, what's causing hip fractures? Sugar, the sugar diet. The sugar diet's causing that because it removes minerals from your bones. That's what it does, and calcium. Look at your teeth. That's why you're going to the dentist. Get it? People consume so much artificial slave food diet. Slave food. The slave food is going to cause that. And that's why you're going to get a broken hip and shit. See what I mean? But you walking around with gravity, eating a high nutrient diet, get it? And drinking water that's mineralized, like groundwater that's mineralized, is going to make your bones stronger. You're never going to have a broken hip. See what I mean? But the question is, Blaha doesn't ask what's causing the broken hip. Well, it's a slave food diet. See what I mean? Here's the thing. You can be lifting weights. Look, Blaha can be lifting weights. And he can still be getting, your teeth is an indicator of health. Well, especially when they check slaves for their teeth to see if they're healthy. Why? Because if they don't have teeth, they can't eat. They're unhealthy. Yeah. So, anyways, the point is, so your teeth are rotting. So if your teeth are rotting, your bones are rotting too. And Blaha has awful teeth. They're rotting, and so is his bones. And so, no matter how much you lift weights, if you consume rice and sugar and carbs all day like Blaha and all that garbage food and coffee and these toxic plants and everything, that is contributing to the loss of minerals in your bones. So you could keep lifting, but guess what? It's counterproductive. You understand me? It'll make you weaker even lifting. It'll speed it up. Lifting will speed it up. And then you're going to get a broken hip.
The bone density matters for longevity because hip fractures are deadly. People understand that.
Sure.
They're like, oh, you fall down and break a hip. It's an injury. No. After age 60, if you fracture a hip, over 90% of people are dead within 3 years of that hip fracture. Okay. It's deadly.
Yep.
Okay, that is the statistic. If you were over...
It is deadly. It is deadly. I know a lot of people that died from having a fracture. A few years later, they died. They got a hip fracture, and then they died. Now, I don't know. Yeah, some have gotten some replacement hips or hip replacement.
Age of 60 and you get a hip fracture, there's a 90 to 95% chance you will be dead in 3 years or less. This is the statistic. It matters. All right, guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. I'll talk.
The question is, what's causing it? See what I mean? What's causing it? So you have to go to the source and then stop that, and then it'll go away. See what I mean? Yeah. That doesn't matter how much you lift. If you're eating something that is causing it, like the food you're eating, slave food diet, doesn't matter how much you lift, bro. I'm not joking. It doesn't matter how much you lift. If anything, you'll accelerate it by lifting weight. It won't save you. Weights are not going to save you. I'll see you in the next one. Think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. See you in the next video.